For what purpose does the gentleman from Kentucky seek recognition?
For the purpose of debate only, I yield
The gentleman is recognized for 1 hour.
For the purpose of debate only, I yield the customary 30 minutes to the gentleman from Massachusetts, Mr. McGovern, pending which I yield myself such time as I may consume. During consideration of this resolution, all time yielded is for the purpose of debate only. Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that all members have 5 legislative days to revise and extend their remarks.
Without objection.
House Resolution 495 provides for a structured rule for consideration of H.R. 277, the regulations from the Executive in Need of Scrutiny Act of 2023, and provides 1 hour of debate equally divided and controlled by the chair and ranking member of the Committee on Judiciary. House Resolution 495 further provides for a structured rule for consideration of H.R. 288, the Separation of Powers Restoration Act of 2023. This and it also provides 1 hour of debate equally divided and controlled by the chair and ranking member of the Committee on Judiciary. House Resolution 495 further provides for a structured rule for the consideration of H.R. 1615, the Gas Stove Protection and Freedom Act, and provides 1 hour of debate equally divided and controlled by the chair and ranking member of the Committee on Energy and Commerce. This resolution further provides for a structured rule for the consideration of H.R. 1640 and provides 1 hour debate equally divided and controlled by the chair and ranking member of the Committee on Energy and Commerce. Furthermore, House Resolution 495 provides for a closed rule for consideration of House Joint Resolution 44 and provides 1 hour of debate equally divided and controlled by the chair and ranking member of the Committee on Judiciary. These are 5 bills that may seem unrelated, but they're very related, and they have to do with the power of Congress and the fact that our power has atrophied considerably since the beginning of this country. In fact, we're almost a vestigial organ of this republic at this point. Our power, we've ceded so much power to the executive branch, and that's how all of these bills are related. 3 of the bills seek to repeal laws or regulations that the administrative branch is unconstitutionally, I would argue, promulgating. And 2 of these bills get at the heart of the matter, the problem that we have. And one of them specifically is the REINS Act, which is very important. This would rein in our power to legislate. I don't think our founders would recognize our form of government at this point. They never intended for the administrators to be the lawmakers. Yet here we are. So the Regulation in Need of Scrutiny Act would take every major regulation that's suggested, and I say suggested, by the administration back to Congress, where there would have to be a positive vote of the House and the Senate in order for that to go to the president, and then with his signature become law, as all laws should do. And then the other bill in this package that seeks to address the sort of chronic problem that we have here in Congress is the Separation of Powers Restoration Act. It's basically a repeal of a horrible Supreme Court precedent called Chevron deference that says that basically any way the administration wants to construe one of our laws, they can get away with it, and the Supreme Court will give deference to the interpretation, no matter how far afield from the original interpretation of the law there was given from Congress. Finally, the 3 bills that deal with bills today that deal with individual regulations. 2 of them deal with gas stoves. This administration has a war on gas stoves. Depending on which person from the administration you listen to, the rule that's being promulgated by the Consumer Safety Product Group and also by the Department of Energy, there are 2 rules here, they would ban between 95 to 50% of the gas stoves on the market for arbitrary reasons. And it's not clear that there would be any consumer benefit from banning these. In fact, consumers would suffer from this ban. These are the types of rules that we need the REINS Act for. They would have significant impact on our economy, and that's why they should be here in front of Congress, and that's why we're seeking to countermand them here today. And then finally, and I think this is the most important rule that we are countermanding in legislation this week, and that is the pistol brace rule from the ATF. You know, we're not talking about an interpretation of a law where the EPA says, you know, we think we should allow this much sulfur dioxide instead of that amount of sulfur dioxide and create a civil infraction where corporations could be sued or punished. We're talking about criminal penalties. The ATF has twisted existing statute, a law that was passed by Congress in 1934. Now they've magically reinterpreted it to create tens of millions of felons beginning on June 1st. So we've got a bad situation in this country right now where millions of people have been turned into felons, law-abiding individuals who are following the rules that were set forth by the ATF. And that's why urgent action is required on the pistol brace rule repeal here today. And that's House Joint Resolution 44. With that, I reserve the balance of my time.
Gentleman reserves. The gentleman from Massachusetts is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I want to thank